From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.
Good day. This is Dateline Malacañang in review. Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday ordered all officials, authorities, and government agencies to strictly implement policies and laws to address rice issues. In his speech during the distribution of rice at San Andres Sports Complex in Manila, the President assured that his administration will relentlessly run after hoarders, smugglers, and price manipulators to ensure an affordable staple food for Filipinos. The chief executive reiterated that the rice supply in the country is sufficient and just needs to be properly managed for production and selling. President Marcos, however, acknowledged that this will not be an easy task as smugglers, hoarders, and price manipulators have been operating for so long, but noted that the administration is determined to put an end to their illegal operations. In the distribution of rice, each Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program or 4-piece beneficiary in Manila received 25 kilograms of rice, which were part of the 42,180 sacks of smuggled rice seized by the Bureau of Customs from a warehouse in the village of Baliwasan, Zamboanga City. The confiscated sacks of rice were eventually donated to the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD. The President assured the beneficiaries the seized rice underwent legal proceedings. He earlier distributed rice to 4-piece beneficiaries in Tungawan, Zamboanga, Sibugay, Iriga City, Camarines Sur, and City of General Trias in Cavite Province. President Marcos also highlighted the continuous operations of Kadiwa ng Pangulo stores that sell fresh produce at lower prices and the modernization of farming in the country.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. has certified as urgent a measure that will ensure Filipino seafarers will continue to have an edge over their foreign counterparts through training and accreditations. In a letter sent to Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri on September 25th, the President certified the necessity of the immediate enactment of Senate Bill or SB number 2221. Malacañang said SB number 2221 or an act providing for the Magna Carta of Filipino seafarers aims to address the lack of domestic laws vis-a-vis the country's compliance with international maritime standards as well as the seafarers' rights and welfare. In a news release, the Presidential Communications Office, or PCO, said that the measure is intended to address recurring deficiencies in the domestic laws pertaining to the training and accreditation of thousands of Filipino seafarers, which endanger their employment in the European market in particular and the global maritime arena in general. The House of Representatives version of the measure, House Bill number 7325, was approved on March 6 with 304 affirmative votes against 4. The bill covers Filipino seafarers who are employed or engaged or work in any capacity on board foreign registered ships and Philippine registered ships operating internationally. According to the measure, Filipino seafarers have a right to a safe and secure workplace that complies with safety standards, fair terms and conditions of employment, decent working and living conditions on board a ship, health protection, welfare measures, medical care, self-organization, information about seafarers' family against discrimination, educational advancement and training, relevant information, free legal representation, appropriate grievance mechanism, access to communication, fair treatment in case of a maritime accident, and fair medical assessment, among others. Based on data from the Maritime Industry Authority, Filipino seafarers are among the largest sources of dollar inflows to the Philippines, with an estimated 400,000 seafarers deployed overseas on average from 2016 to 2021. Last year, the European Maritime Safety Agency, or EMSA, flagged the Philippines and warned that about 50,000 Filipino seafarers may lose their jobs if the country fails to address deficiencies in the workers' training and certification.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday said measures to bolster the agriculture sector and increase local production of the staple food would continue without putting anyone in a disadvantageous position. In his message delivered by Department of Agriculture or DA Senior Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban during the National Food Authority or NFA's 51st anniversary celebration in Quezon City, the President said the government is also undertaking aggressive steps to mitigate matters pertaining to price stability of basic commodities, especially rice, by strengthening our law enforcement activities against smugglers, hoarders, and those who undermine our efforts to ensure food security. President Marcos, through Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin, signed on August 31st Executive Order or EO number 39, which sets a 41 peso per kilogram price cap for regular milled rice and 45 peso per kilogram for well-milled rice. The government also extends a 15,000 peso cash assistance to micro rice retailers and 5,000 pesos to sari-sari retail stores selling rice through the Department of Social Welfare and Development, subject to validation. The chief executive also said he has high hopes for NFA's Project Smarter approaches to reinvigorate agriculture as an industry in the Philippines, or SARAI. Project SARAI is a research program aimed at reducing climate risk and is funded by the Department of Science and Technology, Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Tuesday bucked the proposal to temporarily implement rice tariff reduction in a bid to address the surge of rice prices in the market. In a sectoral meeting in Malacañang, where the National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA, presented updates on the proposed rice tariff reduction, the President said that it was not the right time to lower the tariff rates because the projection of world rice prices is that it will go down. The chief executive added that tariffs are generally lowered when the price is going up. NEDA presented updates on inputs from the Department of Finance, Department of Trade and Industry, and the Department of Budget and Management. Farmer groups earlier said importers are set to gain if rice tariff will be suspended because some businessmen are already undervaluing rice. It is also seen to hurt the prices of palay or unhusked rice. NEDA earlier recommended the reduction of tariff pegged on imported rice to help lower local rice prices, which will eventually lead to the simultaneous lifting of Executive Order or EO number 39 that set a price cap on regular and well-milled rice. However, during the meeting, NEDA Secretary Arsenio Balisacan and Department of Agriculture Undersecretaries Leocadio Sebastian and Mercedita Sombilia agreed that it is not the time yet to lower tariff rates because of the declining prices in the international market. EO 39, which took effect September 5th, mandated a 41 peso per kilo price ceiling for regular milled rice and 45 pesos per kilo for well-milled rice.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Wednesday signed into law Republic Act or RA number 11962 or the Trabajo para sa Bayan Act or in English, Jobs for the Nation Act, and has directed government agencies to hasten the issuance of the laws implementing rules and regulations or IRR. During the signing ceremony held at Malacañang, the President said the law, which he said is a significant milestone towards the sustainable and inclusive development of our country. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
So I'm very pleased to stand before you today at this ceremonial signing of the Trabajo para sa Bayan Act, a significant milestone towards the sustainable and inclusive development of our country. I thank both the Senate and the House of Representatives, led by Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri and Speaker Ferdinand Martin Romualdez, for the timely passage of this bill, which is amongst the priority legislative measures of this administration. The law will help us solve the various challenges plaguing our labor sector, such as low-quality jobs, skills mismatch, and underemployment, among others. It likewise addresses the need to update the skills of our workers and promote the use of digital technologies, particularly for our micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises or MSMEs. Crucially, this act will lay the foundation for the Trabajo para sa Bayan Interagency Council, which will craft a master plan for employment generation and recovery. It will be chaired by the Director General of the NEDA and co-chaired by the Secretaries of the DTI and of the DOLE, with representatives from other agencies and from various sectors. All government agencies, including LGUs, are enjoined to cooperate and coordinate with the Council to ensure the effective integration of the plan into their policies and programs. I therefore direct the Council and all concerned government agencies to fast-track the issuance of the implementing rules and regulations of the law so that our workers and stakeholders can immediately benefit from it. I likewise enjoin the DOLE and the NEDA to harmonize the Labor and Employment Plan 2023 to 2028 and the Trabajo para sa Bayan Plan to ensure that all government efforts and resources will be effectively and efficiently managed. To our businesses, especially our MSMEs, we will continue to provide support and other incentives, such as increased access to financing and capital to promote self-reliance and spur employment generation. Under this law, we will also incentivize employers, industry stakeholders, and private partners who will facilitate skills development, technology transfer, and knowledge sharing amongst our businesses and our workers. With this concerted effort, I'm confident that we will not only achieve the goals of this law, but we will also realize our vision of Bagong Pilipinas.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Wednesday led the oath-taking ceremony of 55 police generals at the Heroes Hall of Malacañang Palace. This is the second batch of the oath-taking of generals of the Philippine National Police or PNP, wherein 58 were sworn in at the first batch, which was done the previous week. In his message, the President said that the government has zero tolerance not only in corruption but also on human rights abuses. Under the new Philippines, the Chief Executive said that there should be no corruption and abuse in power. President Marcos added that the Filipino people is expecting the newly promoted generals to be on their highest standards as well as in their ranks and see their leadership by example. The President also ensured his support on the modernization of the PNP. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
I'm glad to welcome and congratulate the newly promoted star rank officers of the Philippine National Police. As you take your oath today, you assert your new role as leaders of a renewed police force, one that takes pride in its integrity, in its competence, and the genuine service to the people. The entire nation trusts that you will implement and oversee crucial initiatives that will improve public safety and security concerns in our communities. Our people expect to see reforms under your leadership, positive changes that will make the agency more capable, responsive, and truly corruption-free, even amidst the many challenges that we face at present. The foundation of effective law enforcement is public trust, rooted in constant and open public engagement. Thus, it is incumbent upon you, our new generals, to prioritize dialogue, collaboration, and cooperation within the communities that you serve. You must likewise nurture a bond of mutual respect and support, where the people have faith and confidence in their police force. To achieve this, it is imperative that we reiterate our zero-tolerance policy for corruption and human rights abuses within the PNP and, for that matter, in all of government. Sa bagong Pilipinas na ating itinataguyod, walang puwang para sa hanay ng ating kapulisan ang korupsyon, pang-aabuso sa kapangyarihan at iba pang katiwalian ng mga ilegal na gawain. As officials, you're responsible for ensuring that all PNP personnel uphold the highest standards of ethics, professionalism, and respect for human rights. I also expect that you will lead by example so that every officer and member under your commands will adhere to these same principles. I assure you that the national government will continue to find ways to pursue the modernization of the PNP, and that's together with our efforts to build a new Philippines where both the government and citizens work together for progress and for prosperity. And we will also equip our police forces with the latest technology and training and resources to bolster your capabilities. This will enable you to contribute in maintaining peace, which is the backbone of our society's stability and well-being. Hand in hand, let us lead our nation towards genuine and meaningful transformation. May this milestone in your career inspire you further to lead once more with excellence and honor as you drive the PNP towards a new Philippines that is safer, more just, and more prosperous for every Filipino.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Wednesday led the launching of the National Innovation Agenda and Strategy Document, or NIASD 2023 to 2032, at the Metropolitan Theater in Manila. In his speech, the President said that the document is a commitment to making innovation an indispensable component of the country's development agenda and a key driver to achieve a truly smart and innovative Philippines. The Chief Executive noted that collaboration remains the most effective tool for achieving holistic and positive development. The Rather, the NIASD outlines the nation's 10-year vision and long-term goals for innovation, providing the roadmap and strategies for enhancing innovation governance, deepening and accelerating innovation efforts, and integrating and fostering public-private partnerships. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
I am glad to see all of you today for the launching of this National Innovation Agenda and Strategy document, or the NIASD 2023 to 2032. I must begin by offering recognition to the members of the National Innovation Council and all the dedicated stakeholders who have played pivotal roles in the formulation of this important document. Your strong dedication has brought a visionary roadmap that will guide our beloved nation towards progress in the coming decades. Encapsulated within the NIASD is the blueprint that will accelerate the country's innovation governance, as well as promote a culture of innovation among scientists, researchers, entrepreneurs, engineers, and of course, citizens. This document is not just a plan, but a commitment to making innovation an indispensable component of our nation's development agenda and a key driver in our vision to achieve a truly smart and innovative Philippines. We shall reform our education curriculum design and learning platforms to develop the creativity, curiosity, problem-solving skills, and entrepreneurial abilities of Filipinos for the 21st century. Likewise, we shall bolster spending for research and development, support local enterprises, ensure food security through smart agricultural inputs to empower local producers, facilitate efficient and secure financial services, accelerate digitalization efforts to boost manufacturing processes and commercialization of products and services, improve mobility through better urban-rural linkages, and reduce carbon footprints of our transport systems. We also assemble here today, not merely to mark an event, but to celebrate the potent force of innovation. By this, we acknowledge that the Philippines has earned recognition as an innovation achiever that truly stands tall amongst our Southeast Asian peers, and as an exemplar that creates an environment of meaningful opportunities for citizens to seize and for them to flourish. We likewise take pride in our people's strength, resourcefulness, and resolve, as they will help us develop our undeniable potential and realize comprehensive development through innovation. We are hopeful in the journey that we have taken, as it positions us to become a stalwart of innovation in this dynamic and promising region. This initiative promises the long-awaited transformation for our nation. It also represents the collective efforts of a society that is coming together in synergy. Indeed, collaboration remains our most effective tool for achieving holistic and positive development. Invest in our local enterprises, support our research institutions, embrace the corporate responsibility of financing innovation-driven programs and projects. These undertakings serve as catalysts to achieve our overall developmental agenda. Your involvement will be instrumental to this success. We also call on the academe to be at the forefront of innovation. We recognize your role as incubators of talent, of skills and ideas that will shape the future. Continue to develop the minds and the sensibilities of our youth so that we can set them up for success and harness their talents for national development. Rest assured that we will remain supportive of your endeavors that will make these all a reality. Our government, both at the national and local levels, remains steadfast in its commitment to nurturing innovation and sustainable development. We also understand the crucial role played by infrastructure development and cutting-edge facilities. They serve as a crucible for innovation and the foundation of our glorious future. And that is why we will remain aggressive in our drive to invest in our infrastructure system. We will likewise encourage our counterparts in the local sector to pursue projects that will meet the requirements for their own localities. To further nurture this innovative spirit, I therefore extend our call for collaboration amongst all stakeholders, including those coming from our partners abroad. Let us join hands to advance our shared positive development goals. Let us foster unity not only here in our country, but also across the globe through the transformative power of innovation. And with the National Innovation Agenda and Strategy document guiding our way, I am certain that we will not only achieve our goals for the Filipino people, but also for the entire Filipino populace. In closing, let me reiterate the importance of innovation. As the transformative agent of our time, it will help us shape a future that is progressive, sustainable, and safe. Let us aspire to see a global economy and society that is characterized by progress, that is innovation-driven. And as we embark on this transformative journey, let us do so with unwavering determination, unbreakable unity, and boundless hope for a brighter future for all Filipinos and for all humanity.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Thursday extolled the 10 outstanding Filipinos named by the Metrobank Foundation, saying their accomplishments bring the country closer to Bagong Pilipinas, or in English, New Philippines, that his administration is trying to build. In his speech during a ceremony for the 2023 Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos, the President said, "The awardees' excellence is truly worth emulating, as it could help transform the Philippines into a nation that has globally competitive education system, a safe and empowered citizenry, and a society that offers equal opportunities for all." During the event, the chief executive conferred the Medallion of Excellence on 10 awardees, composed of 4 teachers, 3 soldiers, and 3 police officers. President Marcos said, while the awardees' exemplary work as academicians, soldiers, and police officers are always the most demanding, exhausting, and wearisome professions, it is also the most important, rewarding, and fulfilling vocations that there are. Let's listen to the speech of Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
I am, as always, for these ceremonies, elated to be with you today as we give due recognition to the exemplary achievements of this year's Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipinos. Well, our honorees are clearly the noteworthy Filipinos who have passionately pushed the limits of what and how public service should be. All of you 10 awardees who are here with us today have greatly contributed to the development of their respective institutions and advocacies. You have taken the extra mile, climbed that steeper mountain, and this is literal. Yung climb the steeper mountain, talagang ginawa nila yan. Yung panel na namimili kung saan-saan na napapadpad, kung saan mga lupalop pinupuntahan, yung mga teacher, yung mga sundalo, yung mga pulis, talagang kung saan-saan nila pinuntahan. Kaya hindi figuratively speaking, steeper mountains, at talagang bundok ang inakyat nila, tumawid ng ilog, and have gone beyond what is expected of them. So, on behalf of the Filipino nation, especially of those who have been graced by their services, I extend my most heartfelt congratulations once again to the Metrobank Foundation Outstanding Filipino awardees. Your exemplary work as academicians, soldiers, and police officers are oftentimes the most demanding, not oftentimes, I take that back, are always the most demanding, exhausting, and wearisome professions that we have to undertake. Nevertheless, yours are also amongst the most important and hopefully the most rewarding and fulfilling vocations that there are. And I use the word vocations carefully, because what you have done is gone above and beyond. And this is beyond the shall we say, the job description that was given you. And you have gone far beyond that. And it is because you have taken on this profession, not as a job, not as a duty, but as a vocation. If you were not paid, if you were not supported by anyone, you would still do this. And that is why you have become outstanding. And that is why these awarding ceremonies are very important, that we recognize the men and women who have added to the value of our daily life in various ways. But beyond that, we not only honor you, but through you we honor Filipinos. And we remind our countrymen, this is what a Filipino is. We are not a damaged culture. I hate that term. We are a great people. And you are the example of that greatness. So the excellence that you have demonstrated in your pursuits is truly worth emulating. Your accomplishments bring us also closer to Bagong Pilipinas that we are determined to build. A nation that has a globally competitive education system, a safe and empowered citizenry, and a society that offers equal opportunities for all. As you accept this prestigious award, embrace it and consider it as a proud badge of honor. You deserve it. You are all here for a reason, and that is because of your commendable service to your people and your country. What you have unleashed is a transformative force that creates ripples of positive transformation in the communities that you serve and beyond. So that's why through recognitions like this, our civil servants become more motivated to go above and beyond in selflessly extending a helping hand to fellow kababayans. It is these kinds of active participation, both from the public and private sectors, that our efforts are strengthened towards building our nation. I urge everyone to continue doing your respective share in realizing our goal of a more productive, peaceful, and progressive Philippines.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
On Thursday, urged unregistered nurses to participate in the Clinical Care Associates or CCA's upskilling program aimed at opening employment opportunities for them. This as the President witnessed the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU to further advance the implementation of the Joint Administrative Order or JAO 2023-0001, also known as the Implementing Guidelines for the Nurse Workforce Complementation and Upskilling Program for CCAs in a ceremony at Malacañang Palace in Manila. In his speech, President Marcos said that nursing graduates who have taken their boards but were not able to pass the board will be allowed to work nonetheless if they can establish their competencies in certain subjects of the nursing curriculum. The landmark initiative was the result of a collaborative effort between the government and the Private Sector Advisory Council or PSAC's Healthcare Sector Group. The program aims to facilitate employment for underboard nursing students to become Commission on Higher Education or CHED certified and work as CCAs in healthcare industries during their degree. Around 55 hospitals and nursing schools have joined forces to support the implementation of JAO by the DOH and CHED in partnership with the PSAC.
I mentioned in my last State of the Nation address that in this year's the President's report to the people and on multiple occasions, overcoming the handicaps of our healthcare system will always be a top priority. Since our medical professionals are critical to the success of this goal, it is important that we meet their needs, then the need for more of them, swiftly. the Clinical Care Associates Upskilling Program, formalized through the Joint Administrative Order number 2023, and the Memorandum of Understanding that has been signed here today is among our solutions to this key concern. It is a groundbreaking endeavor, and I'm confident that it's a program that will help address the lack of healthcare workers in the country today. And as a very simple explanation, it allows those nursing graduates who have taken their boards and have not been able to pass the boards this time will be allowed to work nonetheless if they can establish their competencies in certain subjects of the nursing curriculum. And that way they can get to work immediately. At the same time, we give them the opportunity to attend tutorials, to attend classes, to review, so that the next time the boards come around, they have a better chance of passing those boards. So aside from the boost that it will give to the quality of our healthcare professional services, it will also reaffirm our unified efforts of our agencies, hospitals, and higher education institutions to prepare our nursing graduates for their board exams and their chosen career paths. So I thank you all of you for your eagerness to contribute to our collective progress. I certainly thank the PISAC, the Private Sector Advisory Council, Healthcare Sector Group, for your participation in the formulation of these crucial documents. The coming together of several groups to achieve this MOU only proves how important it is that unity is there if we are to realize our very important endeavors. Indeed, the nation cannot and will not stand on the grit and energy of just a few. Now, with everything laid down on this agreement, our objectives, responsibilities, and the mechanisms through which we can fulfill them, and the only thing left now is for us to act. To the hospitals, the higher education institutions, and all those who are directly involved in the clinical care with our clinical care associates, this is your chance to pass on to our learners the highest level of competence, hospitality, service that we Filipinos have become famous for. To DOH and CHED, do oversee the efficient implementation of this program and ensure that it is done according to global standards. And to the underboard nurses out there who are contemplating what to do next, I call on you to apply for this program. Embrace the support being heartedly given to you by the government and the institutions that we represent. I invite you to participate and witness just how much development we can bring to the healthcare sector and the nation while you work to fulfill your most noble calling. So let me say it again. We will not stop working until we address every major problem hindering our people from living their best and healthiest lives. We will continue striving until such a time that our Filipino professionals choose to work in their own country and be known for providing excellent service here at home, just as much as we are known for being exemplary healthcare providers in the rest of the world.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Friday led the awarding of the Comprehensive Social Benefits Program or CSBP to 6 beneficiaries in a Thanksgiving ceremony dubbed PBBM, Pagpupugay sa mga bayani na bansang makabayan, or in English, Salute to the Heroes of a Patriotic Country at the Dusit Thani Hotel in Lanang, Davao City. The chief executive, together with Vice President Sara Duterte and other government officials, presents special financial assistance, house and lot grants, and health cards from the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation or PhilHealth to select beneficiaries of the CSBP. Moreover, the event showcases success stories of the CSBP beneficiaries. In his speech, the President thanked the heroes of the country, the members of the Philippine Army, members of the Philippine National Police or PNP, and other uniformed personnel who died or got injured while in the line of duty. Spearheaded by the Department of the Interior and Local Government or DILG, led by Secretary Benjamin Benher Abalos Jr., the CSBP is a special financial assistance and benefits program awarded to the families or beneficiaries of slain or permanently incapacitated members of the military or the police force while in performance of their duties, intending to honor their bravery and sacrifices for the country. This program aims to provide immediate and long-term assistance to the affected families through the provision of special financial assistance, employment assistance, health and medical assistance, educational assistance, and shelter assistance. In April of 2020, the CSBP was institutionalized through the signing of Executive Order or EO number 110, which has since been extended to families and beneficiaries of slain or wounded personnel of the Citizen Armed Forces Geographical Unit or CAFGU, CAFGU Active Auxiliary or CAA units, Bureau of Jail Management and Penology or BJMP, Bureau of Fire Protection or BFP, and the Philippine Coast Guard or PCG who became casualties while performing their duties in legitimate operations.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Friday joined the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD for the Walang Gutom 2027 Food Stamp Program or FSP Caraga Kickoff in Siargao Island, Surigao del Norte Province. This is in fulfillment of the administration's thrust to strengthen food security and address malnutrition that continue to affect Filipino families. In his speech, the president said that the government should not just give any food supply, but food supply that is nutritious. That is what the food stamp program is all about, the chief executive added, to know what the people need so that the program will know what to give them. Spearheaded by the DSWD, the FSP realizes the commitment to reduce the incidence of involuntary hunger experience of low-income households. It provides eligible Filipinos with access to monetary-based assistance in the form of an electronic benefit transfer or EBT card to be loaded with food credits. It aims to provide food augmentation to 1 million households classified under food poor criteria as defined by the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA. During the program, FSP beneficiaries receive 3,000 pesos food credits, wherein 50% of the amount is allotted for carbohydrates-rich food, 30% for protein, and 20% for fruits and vegetables. President Marcos Jr., together with DSWD Secretary Rex Gatchalian, witnessed a beneficiary using an EBT card during a demonstration at the Kadiwa ng Pangulo booths installed at the program venue. Participating government booths include the Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Labor and Employment, Technical Education and Skills Development Authority, PSA, and partners from the multi-sectoral movement Pilipinas Contra Gutom, or in English, Philippines Against Hunger.
Dateline Malacañang.
Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. on Friday brought the smuggled premium rice confiscated by the Bureau of Customs or BOC to Siargao Island, Surigao del Norte Province for distribution to the beneficiaries of the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD's Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program or 4Ps. In his speech, the president said that the smuggled rice is the reason why prices of rice in the country has increased and that his administration will relentlessly run after these smugglers. Around 2,265 sacks of rice were distributed to 4-piece beneficiaries under Level 1 or Survival, Level 2 or Subsistence, and Level 3 or Self-Sufficient. These count as among the 42,180 smuggled sacks of rice worth 42 million pesos forfeited by the BOC during its warehouse raid in Zamboanga City this September. Pursuant to Executive Order or EO number 39 series of 2023 or the imposition of mandated price ceilings on rice, the BOC strictly enforces its campaign against suspected rice hoarders and smugglers. Recently, the agency reported its highest record of seized items amounting to 31.5 billion pesos, wherein 3.3 billion pesos has been accounted for smuggled agriculture products.
Dateline Malacañang.
Visit to Siargao Island, Philippine President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. proceeded to the province of Dinagat Islands and led the distribution of 1,000 smuggled premium rice sacks confiscated by the Bureau of Customs or BOC to the beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program or 4Ps in the municipality of San Jose. In his speech, the President said, "The government is continuously creating programs in order to alleviate poverty in the Philippines." President Marcos added that, "Rest assured, the national government is always thinking of ways to help the Filipino people and will continue to do so." The sacks of rice distributed in the province are still part of the 42,180 smuggled rice sacks valued at 42 million pesos that were forfeited by the BOC in Zamboanga City during a warehouse raid this September. As reiterated by the President, these will be donated to the Department of Social Welfare and Development or DSWD for distribution to its beneficiaries following the importer's failure to present proper documents within the prescribed 15-day period to prove its legitimacy. President Marcos Jr. has previously distributed rice sacks to 4-piece recipients in Zamboanga City, Zamboanga Sibugay, Cavite Province, Camarines Sur, and the City of Manila as a way to reaffirm the administration's strong commitment to ensure food security among Filipinos and to combat hoarders and smugglers whose activities negatively impact the agricultural sector in the country.
Dateline Malacañang.
Before we conclude our program, we would like to invite everyone to come and visit our Facebook page at Radyo Pilipinas World Service. You will be able to hear and view our Filipino and English programs, including news updates here in the Philippines. Kindly subscribe, like, and share our post as well. And that concludes this edition of Dateline Malacañang in Review. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this is Leo Magpayo. Good day and stay safe.
From the Presidential Palace, Manila, Dateline Malacañang.